yogis, Kirsty here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a deep stretch. This class is meant for any level of yogi. It is just a grounded, feel-good sequence just to get into your body, remove some of those blockages, some of those areas of tension and tightness, really just meant for you to slow down and breathe. So we'll go ahead and begin in an easy seat, just like so. So you can cross your legs if you'd like, or send your legs out in front of you, any shape that allows you to get grounded and comfortable. And just make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Big breath in to roll your shoulders up to your ears, and an exhale to drop them down your back. Your palms can face up or down, whatever works for you. An invitation to close over your eyes here. And in the beginning of class today, a very simple task. It's just to start to notice how you're feeling. Stepping away from any expectations, any judgments, anything going on off of your mat. Just arriving in your body, in the present moment. Just start to bring your awareness to your breath. Start to watch and notice the air flow in and out of your lungs. You don't need to change a thing. Just be as you are. Go ahead and bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Take a breath in, fill up. Open mouth to release. Another one just like that, a full expansive breath in to fill up. Open mouth to let go. I'll just start to breathe in and out of your nose. And we'll just feel this ebb and flow of this gentle breath that will be your guide throughout practice. When you're ready, go ahead and bring your right fingertips to the ground beside you, and then walk your right fingertips to the right as you rest your left palm back on your thigh. From there, just drop your left shoulder over to your left ear. Find a nice big stretch in the right side of your neck. Breathe here. Maybe wiggle your chin forward and back. Find a place of tension and then just pause there and utilize your breath as a tool to open up that space that feels tight. Walk those right fingertips back in. Take one roll of your neck to the left and to the right just to reset. And let's take the other side. So the left fingertips ground down, walk them over to the left, drop that right ear down to your right shoulder, pull the left shoulder away from your left ear, and rest here. Maybe take some wiggles or maybe find stillness. This entire practice, all of these postures have many variations, many modifications. You do what feels good for you. Use your breath. Find depth in the stretch. And slowly walk your hand back, and then just take a few more rolls of your neck. Maybe make it a little bit more of a movement. And meet me in center. From here, we're going to roll over our knees and come into a tabletop. So simply stacking your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. A full breath in, drop your belly, gaze up, cow pose. Exhale, round through your spine, gaze back at your thighs for cat. Just a few cat-cows to warm up the spine. Inhale, drop your belly, gaze up. Exhale, round through the spine and gaze back. Few more, just like that. Big breath in. Big breath out. 3 more rounds, maybe adding in some intuitive movements here. Maybe you wiggle your hips and shoulders and neck. Just keep your eyes closed. Don't be afraid to take some different motions, some different movements. What feels good? Really anything here. Go ahead and meet me in neutral when you're ready. Bring your toes together and your knees wide. Take a full breath in. Exhale to sink your hips back. And this time, go ahead and walk your hands in between your legs and rest your right cheek down on the ground. This is a version of child's pose. Now, if your cheek doesn't reach and it's too far, maybe just rest your head on your hands, just like so. Breathing into your neck. Go ahead and just change directions, gaze towards the right. Maybe sink your hips a little bit deeper here. Notice where you're still holding on. Just breathe into those areas. The whole essence of this deep stretch practice is to allow you to let go. To get deep into your body, into your breath. Bring your chin back to center. Walk your way into that tabletop shape once more. And then from here, send your right toes behind you. Plant the toes on the ground and then just move in and out of your calf muscle here. In and out, shifting forward and back over your fingertips. Maybe roll out your ankle if that feels good. And then just swap out sides, the left toes back, wiggle in and out of that calf muscle. Roll it out. And then come back to neutral. From here, we're going to step the left foot all the way to the outside of your left hand. So this is called a runner's lunge. From here, send your hips forward. Make sure that your toes are pretty far in front of your knee, and you can let your left knee fall out to the left just a tad. Now, if you have blocks and you'd like to utilize them here, this will bring the ground closer to you. You can plant your palms on those blocks. Any height really works, 1 or 2 of them. If you don't have blocks, that's perfectly fine. Find your own variation. Plant your right hand and bring your left hand to the inside of your left knee and then press it open as you gaze over the left shoulder. Breathe into your hip flexors, into your chest. Finding a little rotation for your upper back and spine. One more breath in. Exhale to release that left hand down. Gently shift your hips back as you toe heel that left foot all the way over. You're going to bring the left heel in line with your right knee. So it's going to be crossed over your hips just a little bit. From here, flex your toes. And if you're having a hard time reaching the ground, grab something that brings the ground a little closer to you, maybe blocks. From there, pull your left toe to the left. And then walk your hands over to the left. Now this is a pretty intense stretch on your IT band, so take your time, find your depth. You don't need to go past a point where it feels like it starts to pinch or hurt. And bend your elbows, dive deep into this and breathe deep. Keep pulling those toes back towards you and down to the left. And the further you walk your hands over to the left, the more you're going to feel this stretch in that outer left hip, IT band, all the way down into your calf muscle. One more full breath in. Full breath out. From here, walk your hands back. And then just go ahead and set that left foot on the floor. Tuck your right toes under, lift that right knee, straddle, and walk your hands all the way to the center. So you're in a wide-legged forward fold here. Take a breath in to lengthen through your spine, and exhale to fold. So maybe you'll find that the crown of your head comes close to the ground, or maybe not. Either way is perfect. Just hang heavy. Breathe. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders, lift up slightly, and then walk your hands all the way over to your right leg. So turning towards the back of your mat, lowering down onto your back knee, and then we're on the other side. So just wiggle that right leg up and over. Bend into the right knee a little more. Sink your hips low. Plant the left palm, right hand to your right knee, and then press it open here as you peel open your chest, gaze right. This is also a really good psoas stretch, as well as getting into your hip flexors. Breathe into that outer right hip as well. Two more breaths here. Slowly lower the right hand down and wiggle that right foot all the way up and over to the left. Flex your toes, gently sink your hips back so your hips are over the knee, and then let your right pinky toe fall towards the ground, opening up the IT band. Walk your hands over to the right from here. Maybe you bend your elbows just a tad. Relax and breathe. So just letting this posture do the work for you. You don't have to really try anything. Just being here is the work. Let's take one more breath in. One more breath out. Really nice, guys. Slowly walk your hands back to center. Bend into that right knee. Tuck the left toes under, lift up, and turn towards the left. This time, wiggle your feet in towards one another. Just toe heel them. Then your heels will come in and toes will come out as you'll sink low into your knees and find a Malasana yogi squat. Now, this is going to look different for everyone. Some of you might be up like this. That's great. Some of you might be lower. Find your own variation. This is a big hip opener, so bring your palms together. Use your elbows to press into your knees. Take a full inhale. Exhale, find more depth in your hips. Just two more. A big inhale. A big exhale. Stay with me. One more breath in. And one more breath out. From here, plant your palms. Walk your hands to the left. Go ahead and step back so you're in a high plank. We're only here for just a second. A full breath in. Exhale, lower down to your knees. And then come onto your forearms from here. Take your hips all the way low. Find a Sphinx pose. So here we're going to open up through our chest. Bring your feet wide. The wider, the less tension you're going to have on your lower back. So if you're feeling tension there, bring your feet wider. Squeeze your glutes just a pinch. Separate your fingers nice and wide. Make sure the elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. Sit up tall. Breathe into your lower back here as you drop your shoulders down and back. So you might feel some tension in your lower back, almost like you're creating this little block, right? And that is essentially what we're doing. We're creating this little block of energy, this little block of blood flow, so that when we release from these postures, we're letting fresh, nutrient-dense blood move through our body. Keep your attention on your breath. Try to not drift away from your mat. For these last few breaths, let's try something here. Press into your palms and just straighten your arms. Find a bigger back bend. Open up through your chest. Gaze up. Full breath in. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly from here. Bring both palms underneath your forehead. Bend your knees. And then let your heels fall from left to right. After that, go ahead and release the legs long. Send your left arm out to the left, perpendicular from your torso, and bring your right palm underneath your right shoulder. From here, press into that right palm as you roll up on your left shoulder. Bend your right knee and set the foot behind your left leg. Rest your head and neck. This is called Iron Cross. Breathe into the front line of your shoulder. Slowly roll back. Arm out to the right, left palm underneath the left shoulder. Roll up. Relax your head and neck. Slowly make your way back to center here. Bring both palms right underneath your shoulders. Send your hips up and back to that tabletop. And then walk your palms forward. Melting heart pose. Bring your chest all the way down to the ground. Maybe you rest your chin or your forehead. Just find a back bend in your upper back. Send your tailbone towards the sky and breathe here. If you like more, go ahead and bring your palms to touch. Just rest your elbows on the ground and then bring your thumbs towards the crown of your head. One more breath in. Exhale to release, shift forward and come to a seat. You're going to send your legs all the way out in front of you from here. Take a big breath in to reach up with your fingertips, and then on your exhale with a nice flat back and bent knees, start to lean forward, reaching for whatever becomes available. When you no longer can have a flat back, round through your spine and bring your chin towards your shins. Breathe into your hamstrings. Remember, it doesn't matter how deep you go. This is your posture. And essentially, it is doing the same thing for all of us, no matter the depth. Next breath in, slowly start to rise. Bring your fingertips out in front of you here. And on the slow count of 10, we're going to lower all the way to our back. So slowly start lowering for 10, for 9, 8, 7, 6, just a little longer, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a big good morning stretch. Arms up over your head, a big inhale. Exhale, knees come into your chest. Find a gentle rock from left to right. From here, we're going to send our left leg long and pull your right knee up and in. Give it a little squeeze, a full breath in. Exhale to find a twist. Use your left hand to pull the right knee up and over, and then lengthen through your right arm. Gaze towards the right. An invitation here to close over your eyes for the remainder of practice. Slowly bring your knees back through center. This time pull that left knee up and in. A big breath in to squeeze. Exhale, use the right hand to pull it across and open up through the left arm, gaze left. Every inhale creates space in your body, and every exhale, utilize that space. Inhale, the knees come back through center. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. And then bring the soles of your feet to touch, your knees wide. The outside edges of your feet come low. Supta Baddha Konasana. Now this might be really intense. If so, you can bring the blocks under your knees or some pillows, or take a different variation. We'll bring one hand to our belly, one hand to our heart, just the way we began class. And we'll just start to breathe really soft here. Really feel your body start to surrender and let go. Oftentimes, we'll start to hold energy and we'll hold stress in certain parts of our body, and that will create certain blockages, certain tension that arises physically. When we slow down, we stretch, breathe into these areas, we open up the fascia, we let the energy flow, circulation increases. You really start to see that these areas of tension start to disintegrate. We start to feel less stressed, less overwhelmed, more connected. From here, slowly bring your hands to the outside edges of your knees. Close them like a book as you wrap your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins. Pull your forehead to your knees. Give yourself a big squeeze, a huge hug and gratitude for your body. Exhale, Shavasana. Let your legs fall out long. Palms rest by your sides. Wiggle your shoulder blades towards one another. If your eyes haven't closed yet, do that now. Unclench your jaw, all the muscles around your eyes and face relax. This is where your body gets to receive your practice. There's nothing left for you to do. You may stay in Shavasana as long as you would like. I recommend at least 20 breaths. But if you're ready to be guided back into your day, just start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Deepen your breath as you let your head fall from left to right. Roll on to one side or the other, and then gently make your way into an easy seat, just the way we began our practice. This time we'll bring our hands to our heart center, our palms to touch, a gentle bow of our chin. Ending in gratitude for our health, for our practice, for this connection with one another. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was an honor to guide you. If you liked this class, go ahead and subscribe, try out some others, maybe drop a comment below, give me any questions, any requests for next week. I'd love to connect with you. Namaste.